right, and we are back. And let's jump in here. A little bit late on today's daily, but going to get it going. And let's see what we got. Ginger Cookie is coming out for our Capture Festival. We should see another event with this one. I'll just double check here as we kind of go through the daily. Just kind of get through all this. Today of the day, I don't know. Nope, okay. Just a couple today. Still haven't selected my Wukong. I also have these chests I still need to go through, but to be honest, my luck is never too good, and at that point, sometimes it's better to let them fall off rather than see the heartbreak of recovery, a flat recovery on a triangle Gem of Valor. Oops, let's use that one. Let's go into here. Let's upgrade this. And we do have a new weekly. Definitely do this one. I'll show you guys how to knock out the gold dungeon 2 times very easily in one go. Starstone and everything else is the same. Let's get the expedition route going. And don't worry, still working on the new account. It's just progress is slow. It is that time of the year, holidays and things like that. So we will get videos out going for that and starting to talk about farming in the higher tier places, especially getting into the Dragon's Dungeon. I think that was my next goal with the with the guide, so to speak. So I appreciate everyone being patient on that. And what do we get? Fennec. Alright. Trinket. And nothing. Okay, is that it? That's it. And we are good. Let's get out there. But let's show you guys. So easily coming out here for the gold dungeon. All you gotta do is start it once. Don't finish it. So immediately just quit out of the gold dungeon and just do the second attempt, and you can get your weekly done for this in one go. Don't have to wait 2 days for it. And you're not necessarily wasting any time doing this either, considering you get 3 attempts to try and beat it every day. Early on, back in the day, this was, arguably this wasn't that hard, and 3 energies, nothing, obviously for me, but, and arguably for anybody anymore, but back in the day, yeah, it took, even with the old guides, still took a little bit before. But there you go, you enter it twice like this, finish it out on the second time, and it'll complete for your weekly. Go through that. Now, arguably, too, trying to speed rush your dailies, you could easily just come in here and run the B1 dungeon, but obviously for me, rather just do the highest dungeon, trying to at least get some high stones out of it, if not an egg for the end of the year summons, which that'll be exciting. I'm excited to actually open up all the Gleam eggs that we have this time around. We didn't have this many Gleam eggs as we did last year. But like I said before, for me personally, didn't play Monster Super League as much as I probably should have. Still had a lot of fun this year. Had another, I think the biggest highlight for me was the anniversary and the Primo summon for Persephone coming back, just because that finished Persephone off for me. I also could ultimate evolve her, so I think that was one of my major goals that I set out a couple years ago when they started doing this with the Ultimate Evolution. As I did, you do want the creme de la creme in the game as far as an attacker goes for content, in the game. Get her Ultimate Evolve, but I didn't expect I'd ever get to the point where I have all, every element for Persephone done. And again, I am not strictly, I shouldn't use that word. I am a, free-to-play player pretty heavily. I very rarely put money towards the Monster Super League. I do it when I feel, and I've talked about it before, with value in some of the packages, like in this last talking about the NES Pass. Of course I will support the game when I feel for me that it's worth the money to do so. But at the end of the day, I never thought I'd actually have an entire line of 5 stars done, just because of how rare it is to not only summon them but get them. And finally getting that's kind of like a little highlight for me as far as playing this mobile game, if you will. I know that might sound, crazy to some people, but, when you've been playing it for 7 years like this, it's almost going on 8 years now. It's just one of those things. Didn't expect to be there. Because I know a lot of the veterans who have subscribed to my channel too have way more than I, but I've also, they've sunk their, teeth into the game a lot more than me. I am very casual, and I kind of talked about this before too, with people asking, I mentioned this the other day, and of course I want to get into it as well a little bit more, Titan and Apotheos and all that kind of stuff. I do want to get into that, but that's usually too. I'm not saying I don't do that part of the game. I do dabble with it, but at the same time, it's not something I've focused on, because I've had more fun doing like the super evolutions in the game, for instance, or very slowly getting an ultimate evolution. My fun for Monster Super League is the capture festivals and the super evolution stones, and just kind of sharing that experience out here and going through it. Because again, this is, and I say this every time, and I know I sound like a broken record, but I mean it, this is one of the best free-to-play mobile games I have ever seen. And it's just something that I kind of stuck with after I kind of learned the ropes of the game and went forward with it. It's why I am very excited to see what they're gonna try to do for Monster Super League, in the sense of, I realize the mobile gaming market is just, for a lot of it, is just trying to get into your pocketbook, microtransactions out the yin yang, and I really hope that MSL2 sticks to what they've created with this game, and again, that's just my opinion with it, but I am hopeful in that sense for it. So alright, let's check out our we got victories, which are that Crystal Dragon. Like, this isn't bad, but it's just too tanky. What do we got out here? That's a lot of nope. That's what that is. I mean, let's try this one. Fire Succubus and Wood Anubis is not scary. The other two, they might, yeah, it's arguable. We'll see. Well, I'm probably gonna just go after you. Almost. Well, that's kind of a bummer. I'd rather just try with Yuki. Yeah. That's like not a bad hidden Astromon, but at the same time, it's not really a threat. And I told you these two were going to be like, just live. Go out. You do go after my Hanahime. That's how you die. And again, that's the thing to bring up on the back end of that topic too with Monster Super League and progression is just the game was designed to be, again, played almost 24/7 next to you. And so the collection of resources, and I remember there was a comment on one of my videos before asking, like, how do I get so many materials? And I was just like, it's you play the game, you literally do what I tell you, like put it on your phone right next to you while you do something else. If you're playing, the new Call of Duty, well, put Monster Super League on your phone right next to you while you're sitting there doing the battle royale and whatnot. Like that's how Monster Super League expects you to play it. And there you go. You can see playing the gold dungeon twice, even though we didn't. You get that one knocked out for that as well. But just like I said, all this stuff you guys see is just slowly playing the game over time. That's nothing special about it, at least for me. So let's see what we hear on this one. And again, I've talked about it before. If you're not interested in, you don't have Wukong, you don't have all this, definitely utilize this stuff to get into the event shop and at least get the exclusive trinket stuff, because you can just turn around and take those trinkets and crush them down to get you another trinket. Like for me, just because going back and talking about it, right, with the anniversary, right, pulling another Dark Persephone for fun, I'm gonna ultimate evolve her, so I'm just pulling trinkets right now. I'm gonna probably do it just to have this on for fun. But this is where you can take advantage of these events when they do this kind of stuff to be able to get yourself some of those trinkets for your 5-star Astromon that can be ultimate evolved, if you aren't going after or able to even go after the one they put on here. But I digress. I'm going to leave that off there. Daily is done. I appreciate all the new subscribers, all the likes and views and comments. You guys are amazing, and I will see you all in the next video.